Okay. See, I never talked about my childhood because my father was always with me, manipulating me, trying to get me to show my kids what he showed me. See what I'm saying? And you know, my mama told me to keep the family together. So see, she made me become her. See what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm telling people about domestic violence, right? So let me read what domestic violence, the definition, the legal definition. Domestic violence is legally defined as behavior. So then, see, in my testimony, I define behavior, for which is defined as the way in which someone conducts oneself used by one person in a relationship to hurt or dominate the other. Domestic violence can include physical violence, sexual assault, which are crimes that can be prosecuted, intimidation, emotional abuse, and isolating. Now, see what I'm saying? Now, this is what happened to John and me, right? Isolating the victim from others. Applies to partners whether they are married or unmarried, straight or gay, living together, or simply dating. See, so this is what I'm saying. Most people for whom are victims of domestic violence, right, they only know the portion of the definition that fits their actions. See, that's why in case law, the beautiful thing about case law is you can then define the whole definition if you the victim. See, that's why I stayed the victim, because I saw the value of being a victim in my circumstance. See, now, if I was sexual, then I wouldn't want to stay there. You see what I'm saying? But mental abuse, I have dealt with since I was a baby. See what I'm saying? So it wasn't new to me. See, now I just see that it's spiritual, right? But to me, it has always been physical, like, because my father, see? So it was also mental. See, that's what I'm saying, like, because when he could no longer physically dominate me because of his age and my age, right? Then he started trying to manipulate me to become him. See, because I guess, and see, that's when I'm speculating, see, and so that's when I'm wrong. But to me, right, I always felt that he saw my successes and he saw my hustle, and then he saw his failures, right? Because I'm looking at my successes, and see, that's what I'm telling people. I was so busy not trying to be my father, I wasn't enjoying the man I was becoming, which is a beautiful thing, because if I would have embraced where I was, then I wouldn't have been emotionally strong enough to be where I'm at. See, I know that I'm in a good position because I know the definition that the victim is the powerful one. So see, now when I see my father and I saw how I overcame him was just with time. But in time, my mother, see, she saw the anger that I had, and I guess she saw that if I would have killed him, I would have spent the rest of my life in prison. So she saw me growing up to kill him, right? And I'm telling you, that's how I was thinking. So that's why I'm telling y'all, like, I'm sorry, but hey, man, my daddy made me like that, right? But see, it's like an excuse, and I'm saying, no, it is what it is, right? I'm saying, hey, man, I come from a violent past. That's why I don't talk about my past, because I got past it. See, nobody want to talk about no torture chamber, right? So I had forgave my father because my mother made me promise to. See, so that's what I'm telling you about my word. See, if my mother made me give her a promise, so she's passed and gone on. When do I give up on what she made me promise? See, that's what I'm telling y'all. Like, what's a failure to a son? If you don't do what you told your mama you gonna do, then wouldn't that be dishonoring your mother's memory? See, I'm saying who my father made my mother, but I'm telling you about who my mother made me. See what I'm saying? So that's why I say, that now that, my father's legacy is being followed, right? Then I'm having a hard time showing my daughter and my son my mother's legacy while I prove my own legacy. See, if you're gonna keep judging me to my father, then how my children gonna know who their father became? I'm telling you, yes, I came from a violent past, but I had to be violent as my past. So I'm saying, well, if I'm supposed to be as wise as a serpent, and my father was the first serpent I knew, then wouldn't I have to be as violent as my father if I'm gonna survive my father's violence? So I'm saying, why judge the child when everybody know the child's father was violent? So I can see if I had a father that was a preacher and was a good man, and then I was violent towards him, then I would be the serpent. But if I was a righteous child born to a violent man, then why wouldn't you judge the man I became, not from the man that I didn't want to be, right? Why would you judge me to the man I didn't want to be? And why wouldn't you judge me to the man that I became?